How to make any man fall in love with you. Well, I'm not sure if you can make a man do anything, but I do know that there are 5 emotions that a man must feel in order to let down his emotional walls and feel vulnerable enough and safe enough to be able to connect with you. And what it comes down to is you being able to play your cards correctly. Now, when I say cards, what I mean is it's an acronym, and it stands for making a man feel challenged, making him feel awe, respected, desired, and emotionally safe. So we'll start with the first one, which is challenged. How do you make a man feel challenged? Quite simply, how you make a man feel challenged is by staying true to your values. Having something that you stand for in the relationship, knowing who you are, having clear boundaries around what's important to you, and then being able to express clearly to him if he crosses those boundaries and have a conversation about it. So when you are able to have your own values around, maybe it's how he treats you when he's with his friends, maybe he does something out of ignorance that upsets you, and you being able to bring that to the table and talk to him about that, you communicate that you respect yourself, and therefore he has a model to respect you, and it also asks him to step up and be a more aware, more integrated person if he's going to be with you, which is in itself challenging. Men want challenge. They thrive off of challenge. I mean, look at just how competitive men are in general. And a lot of women, they make the mistake of thinking, well, if I'm going to challenge a man, I've got to be in competition with him. But competition is going to produce the opposite result with a man if you're competing with him. In fact, it's going to diminish attraction, and it's going to make him throw up more walls and create a bigger gap between the two of you. So the next emotion is awe. Make him feel awe. How do you do that? Well, you do that by being rooted in your femininity. And that means being able to bring your emotions to the table for a man. Because here's a secret about guys. We are taught at a very young age, most of us, to disown a very wide spectrum of our emotions because they're either seen as weak, inadequate, or unacceptable. So guys grow up being very one-dimensional typically with what they can experience, what they allow themselves to experience around maybe lust or rage or accomplishment, pride, things of that nature. But when you can bring your full emotional palette to the relationship, he vicariously gets to experience those emotions, and he gets to experience himself in those emotions in a completely different way than maybe he has ever in his entire life. And in that, it brings a sense of awe. It brings a sense of beauty. It's when you're able to do this, what it does is he starts to talk to his friends and he says, yeah, there's